What's the best way to do it then? What's the way to go?
So I really think treating primaries as a general election. So getting rid of the people who have backstabbed you. So like in the Tea Party movement, right? We saw a lot of people convinced that the way to cripple Obama was to vote for anyone who had an R next to their name. And they did that, and they voted in a bunch of rhinos who largely sold out on them. A lot of Paul Ryan clones, right? And so that was very disappointing. Now people are more involved. Now people are more educated. So find those rhinos, run against them. That's what I'm planning to find the right rhino to remove from power and expose them. And on top of that, I know a lot of people are frustrated with the fraud. And like I experienced this and went through this. You need to look into how most of the fraud happened. Some of it was indeed by or at least allegedly through these systems, right? Sequoia voting systems and Smartmatic and all this stuff, which, by the way, Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar, Democratic leaders, agreed with 2 years ago. They wrote a congressional statement saying that these voting systems were a threat to democracy. So some of it was that, and that needs to be addressed by great states like Texas, who said, hey, we're going to reject that voting system because it's so open to corruption. But then a lot of the corruption that we saw happening is from the mail-in physical paper ballots, and that boils down to oversight. This is like this simple
I got 2 ballots.
Right, so it's that type of stuff.
I got a Texas ballot and a Colorado ballot.
So you get 2, right? And then the Republican poll watchers who are supposed to be there checking this stuff were either sent home or they didn't do their job. They didn't check it as much as they could. So all of this to say, you can get involved and stop a lot of the fraud that's happening. Like a lot of this fraud was avoidable. And it came down to people not being prepared. So, yeah.
But do you think it's avoidable in the future? Because
Yes.
I think a lot of people right now are feeling their trust in the electoral system is
It should
gone.
be shaken, but that should drive them to be more involved, not less involved. So yes, yeah, you can help it and you should help it is my take.